Are you someone who struggles to get habits to stick, especially new ones? I know what it's like. It's hard. But let me share with you a really kind of clever strategy that you can use just like that. That's going to make starting these habits and maintaining them so much simpler. And that technique, that strategy, it is making them way smaller. I'll explain what I mean by that in just a moment, but first I want to explain why this works. So, a lot of the reason that we can't initiate habits or get started with things, whether it's going to the gym or starting journaling or meditating, whatever it is, some healthy, good thing that you've set your mind on, I'm definitely doing this, and it just doesn't seem to transpire or at least get locked into an every single day kind of thing. One of the barriers is that it feels too difficult. It's foreign. We literally aren't in the habit of it yet. So it requires a fair bit of effort, a fair bit of internal push to get there. These things have a fair bit of internal friction as a result, a fair bit of pushback inside of us, if you will, where it's perceived as a bit hard. So part of it goes, that's going to ask a lot of me to do because I'm not used to it. I don't want to. That's going to be difficult. That's what I mean by internal friction. And how do we deal with that? We make the task way smaller. And I'm talking much smaller than you might think. For example, if you're trying to journal every night before you go to bed, instead of telling yourself, okay, I've got to write a whole page, don't even go down to one paragraph. Don't even necessarily go down to, I'm just going to write one sentence each night. What if you said, I really want to start journaling. I really wanted to get into the habit of doing really big journals every single day. So I'm going to start today by doing one word. Doesn't that feel so much easier? If I asked you, hey, can you write an entire page of journaling? Yeah. But if I said, hey, can you put a singular word onto a page for me, please? You could probably manage that, right? And there are a whole lot of very interesting things that happen if you make things that small to such an extent. Number one, I never said you had to stop at one word. Very frequently, you'll write one more and then you'll not be able to help yourself and you'll go, oh, just one more word, I'll be naughty, and two, then three, oh, I did a whole sentence, oh my goodness, bad, Suddenly, you're into it, because that's the thing that's the hardest. For all of these things, you want to do them. You do, that's why you identified it as a goal. It's the getting started, it's the internal friction, it's getting over that threshold of effort. And if all you have to do is something so it's tiny simple, well, you've already started. And then the step from there to the next one, not that much bigger. Because the amount of effort it takes to go from not doing it to doing it a tiny bit is quite a lot. And the amount of effort that it takes from already doing it to doing a tiny bit more, or a fair bit more, is actually not that much more effort compared to how much it took to get started. Making sense? You've got the idea, right? Now, the other thing that's really effective about this is that it does get you into the consistency aspect of it. Because look, there might be some days where it's been day 5, day 6, day 10. Maybe you've done a pretty good job up until now and you get home late, you're tired, you've had a huge day. You can't be bothered doing a whole paragraph or, And in those days, you can just do a sentence. You can just do a single word. Like, oof. Or tired, full stop. You did it! Done. And that's gonna grease the groove. That's gonna make it easier to do the next time. And maybe next time, the next day, you might be able to do just that little bit more because the day before you reinforce that habit on a very straightforward level. This concept is super useful. You can apply it in so many domains. And if it is still not working for you, then go even smaller. For example, I want to get into the habit of going to the gym every day. Or 5 days, whatever, I'll just say every day. Okay, cool. Well, maybe in your mind that means you've got to do an hour or 45 minutes. Ugh, what a big investment. If I said, all right, well, I can't do that. It's too much for me today. What if I just go for 5 minutes? I'll sit on a machine for 5 minutes. I'll be at the gym. You don't even need to do a set. You just have to tell yourself, I'll go and I'll sit on a machine for 3 minutes, for 1 minute, for 60 seconds, 30 seconds. You could go to the gym and sit on a machine for 30 seconds. Like, come on, you could do that. And given that you've already made all the effort to get there, and while you're there, you might as well just do one quick set and, that felt pretty good, and maybe you could do another and another, and hey, you said you wouldn't stay there that long, but you've been here 20 minutes, and that's good enough. This is quite a consistent thing. And just as easily, and this is important, it's not always some trick to force you to do more. It is absolutely, absolutely okay to go there and do 30 seconds sitting on a machine and go, job done. That will make a difference. That, very genuinely, will make it easier to go the next day. Now, do you think you could try this technique? Do you think that you could apply this to some goal in your life? I want to meditate I'll do 20 seconds. I'll sit in my meditation spot and I'll do 20 seconds and that's it. Look, you could probably, if you found a clever enough way to make this something that shifted you enough, you could probably say, well, I'm struggling to get out of bed. So today, I'm just going to make sure I put one foot on the floor or put on a shoe. That's it. You could go back to bed after that if you needed. Or, well, you did one shoe. You get the point. Now, if this feels like something that might help you, that you could use, let me know in the comments. Please tell me the thing that you might apply it to. I'm very interested, because then I can use those as examples instead of trying to make up random crap like getting out of bed and putting a shoe on. And I could give you some feedback. I'd love to interact a little bit more if you find this useful. If you go out and try it and it works really well, please come back and tell people, tell me, tell others, hey, this did work. Or go, hey, this sucks, don't try it. I don't care, but the feedback would be really useful for myself, for other people. Be great to hear from you. Anyway, I won't take up any more of your time. I really appreciate you making it this far. I'm glad that something must have resonated for you to get to this point, so thank you so much. Now, my name is Jack. I make a new video every single day of 2024. So if you like this and you want to hear something else, something new, something useful for tomorrow, hit that subscribe button and I will see you in the next